Okay, here's a couple questions where they're asking you to determine things in radians. Really, it's reading the unit circle or a quadrant in radians. So they say for each of these, sketch a unit circle. Okay, unit circle. Okay, I can draw a circle, I guess. And mark the points determined by the given real number. So this is a rotation. So that's telling you how far around the circle you're going. So if it's pi over 4, if things end in a 4 or have a denominator of 4, that means you're splitting 180 degrees of the circle, so this much, you're splitting that into 4. So there'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Another way of thinking about it, if you have pi over 4, you can multiply and use dimensional analysis. So I can multiply it like this. The pi's count, so 180 divided 4 is 45 degrees. So if you want to think of every time you have a 4, thinking it as 45 degrees, you could do that too. So like if you have 3/4 pi, that would be, if I'm starting here, so 1/4, 2/4, 3/4 pi would be right there. So that rotation right there is 3/4 pi. So if they want you to mark a point on a unit circle, so if I draw a circle, 3/4 pi is right there. This would be my point on that unit circle. Okay. Also, if they end in halves, so a half would be you're splitting 180 degrees in half. So this would be a half. That'd be 1/2, 2/2, 3/2, 4/2. If they split things in sixes, sixes are, you'd split that whole thing into 6, so this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So sixes, if you split things into sixes, that's 30 degrees each. So if you have 7/6 pi on a unit circle, you'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one more right there. So that whole rotation would be 7/6 pi. The point that it ends on the unit circle is right there. The other question at the bottom here says find two real numbers that determine each of the point on the unit circle. So they're just looking for a rotation. So to get to m, I look at m. It looks like that's the one like I just did, the 30-degree one. So there'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So m would be 4/6 pi. Or you can simplify that too. 4/6 is the same as 2/3 pi. So m, I would say, is 2/3 pi. This one down here looks like p. That one's right down there. That looks like it's a half, or it's a half of this quadrant, or it's a quarter. So it looks like a 45-degree angle, which is a quarter. So if it's a quarter, then this would be, to get to here would be 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. So P would be 5/4 pi. That's the rotation it would get there. Now they also say you can go backwards. So if you can go backwards, like let's take that 5/4 pi one. So if I want to go backwards, I could go, well, there's 1/4 to here, 2/4 to there, and 3/4 to there. So 5/4 pi is the same thing as negative 3/4 pi. Okay, hopefully that helps you out a little bit. Sometimes you have to think in degrees. Sometimes it's nice, though, to be able to think in radians and think in 6 or quarters or whatever the other ones we did. Hopefully that helps you.